Hey, Sunshine. How are you? I hope everyone is doing great. I just want to come say hello. My goal is to be consistent, and that's my word for this year. So if you've been following me, you know that it is consistent and then intentional. I'll probably add another one since we're already in September because I need to remind myself of the things that I'm able to accomplish by being consistent and being intentional. So, you all have encouraged Sunshine to show up. And if I show up, I'm going to go up. So, that's what my expectations are. We are late for Testimony Tuesday, but some of you would say we are right on time. We just made it back from Joshua Mann's game. It was in Perkinston. They did not win the game, but we showed up to show our support. So I'm so thankful for my family that went with me to show Joshua some love and some support for his soccer game, because that is a sport that he truly loves and he puts his heart into it. So I really do hate that they lost, but maybe Friday. Friday's the next game. So Friday we're gonna believe for the win. All right. And so speaking of believe, I got this in the mail that says believe, and it's from inspirationalwares.com. And Felicia Mayweather sent this to me, and it is a journal, and I want to give her a shout out of love because she loves us and she shows that she loves us by not just sending us gifts, but listening to us and always being there to help us. So we love you, Felicia. And then the other book that I want to remind you to get is Dr. Lawrence Bowler's book. And it is I'm Not Mad, I'm Just in My Feelings. So make sure you get this book and make sure you follow this young man on the front, which is Christian Bowler. All right. So since it's Testimony Tuesday and y'all have heard my stuff over and over, I'm going to let Jazz tell a little bit of one of her many testimonies, and then we're just going to be off because what we're going to do, we're going to be live at 5, and that's only a few hours away. And that's going to be Wednesday. So my announcement is Saturday is poetry night, virtual poetry night. Then Sunday, I will have Joseph Holloway. That's going to be Cisco. Most of you all know him as Cisco. And then I'll tell you next week when next week rolls around. But I think that's all that I have. If you know anyone who wants to come on Conversations with Selena, if they have a testimony that they would like to share, send it to conversationswithselena@gmail.com. And we will go from there. The next episode that we'll have past Cisco will be on suicide. I believe will be the next one, suicide awareness. So you can be part of the panel. You are very welcome. Welcome. If you have any topic suggestions, also shoot me an email, same email address. And we're just going to go from there. We're going to have a good time because Sunshine is back. And I'm filling up my calendar. I'm calling people, asking them, hey, do you want to be on the show? I have some people that are already in the lineup for later. So in the meantime, I'm asking some of the people that I know. So again, if you know anybody, send them my way. That's it. That's all Sunshine got until in the morning. I got to get my mind right for in the morning. All right, Jazz, you got it, girl. Tell your testimony. I just move on out your way.
All right. So Tuesday, September 21st is World Gratitude Day, the National World Gratitude Day.
Slide this way because you're upset.
Okay. Yes. All right. So it's National World Gratitude Day. And because of that, I wanted to tell my testimony about how I'm grateful to be alive. On July, I believe it was 25th, I had a near fatal car accident where I was up late the night before, up very late, working, doing things. And I was driving to the Gulf Coast to do a therapy session with 2.5 clients. Half. But I was with 3 children at a water park. I was exhausted. I was I had some challenging clients where he was constantly eloping. I was literally me running across the water park the entire time in the heat, in the sun, no food, no sleep. I was exhausted. I was drained. So I was headed home to another engagement, dinner with the girls from church, getting together, fellowshipping, and I noticed I started to get real sleepy on the road. It started right before I got on the Bay Bridge, and one point I'm gonna say, I'm grateful. Talk about gratitude. I'm grateful that I did not fully fall asleep and not wake up on the bridge like I did at the red light. So because I cannot swim at all. If I would have fell over into the water, my driver's side window did not go down. There would be I would have to bust I would have had to bust the window out and then try to have floated or doggy paddled or something because I cannot swim at all. I'm deathly afraid of the water. So that is one thing I'm going to note and say that I'm grateful for it because I did fall asleep on the bridge, but I woke back up. So I was driving and I was trying to put some music on, something upbeat to try to keep myself awake, and I put my music on, and instead of it waking me up, it put me to sleep. I guess the music wasn't fast enough. It had the opposite effect. So I fell completely asleep. I woke up to a big crash, obviously. I woke up to me flying out of my seat because at the time I did not have a seatbelt on. I woke up to me flying out of the seat and busting my head against the windshield, busting my windshield. The airbag, I immediately passed out upon impact to the windshield. Then while I was unconscious, the airbag deployed and broke multiple of my ribs bilaterally. I don't know exactly how many ribs were broken. It's somewhere between 5 and 10 on each side. They were fractured. I end up biting my tongue almost in half because I was asleep on the yeah, I was asleep upon impact. I ended up biting my tongue almost in half. Busted my lip. I had glass fragments in my neck all the way down in my hand. Um, it was multiple injuries. So the car was totaled, obviously. When I when I became conscious again, I smelled smoke. And number two, gratitude point. I was in a few years prior to this. I had a car that I was in blow up while I was in the car due to like electrical issues, but the car blew up. I narrowly escaped by maybe seconds, around 30 seconds, 15 seconds, the firewoman said. If my aunt would not have seen me at the red light, I would have blew up in the car because I thought it was overheating because it was old, but really the entire car was on fire. And my husband, my late husband, my husband at the time had paint thinners and different car chemicals in the back in the trunk that he had just recently took out before I had driven the car. So if those would have been in there, it would have completely blew up and in a mighty way. So I'm grateful for that too, because I should have been dead there. Um but back to the story. The car was smoking. So I subconsciously, because I was loopy because I busted my head, I really wasn't all there. I thought the car's gonna blow. So I, with all my broken ribs, I tried to get out of the car. um The door was semi crashed shut, but I tried to get out of the car. In the movies where you see where the person gets shot by the Uzis and how they're staggering and stumbling, that was how I got out of the car. Once I got on my feet, I instantly realized I cannot stand. I cannot. I almost fell over on my face. If I'd have fell over on my face, I would have died. I would have passed out. My ribs, which I later found out the way that they were fractured, if they would have had any more impact to them, they would have punctured my heart and my lungs, causing death in that way as well. Um, and that's not even related to the head trauma. So the man who was I was so much adrenaline was going on in my mind with all the everything going on. There was a man that pulled up next to me to see if I was okay. Of course, people looking, oh, are you okay? What happened? So I tried to jump into the truck with this complete stranger who I don't know who he was, because I was about to pass out. I was about to fall straight on my face. The man said, get back in the car now. Like, get in the car. Don't move. I don't want you to hurt yourself. He got out, and he must have been an angel. The man was a retired first responder, and he sat with me and he asked me questions to make sure I didn't have a concussion. And he said, would you like me to pray with you? And I was like, yes, please, please. I was saying, somebody called my pastor. My phone was on the floor, and the most traumatizing thing from this was the music was still playing on my phone, and I was completely incapacitated. I was slowly coming back. All I could hear was the music. It was scarring. It was terrible. It was horrifying. But the man prayed with me. He touched my shoulder, and he was like, God, I need you to do it for her. I need you to protect her, to keep her safe. And he just prayed and prayed. And it was sweet. It was sincere. It was heartfelt. And it really helped me have peace. That's what he prayed for. He prayed for peace. And it helped me until the ambulance came. There was luckily a hospital on that street, on that strip. They rushed me to the hospital. I got there. I refused the pain medicine because I was afraid of needles. Until they told me how many ribs I had fractured and what all was wrong. I had a neck brace because they were afraid that I might have injured my neck due to the impact of my face up against the windshield. That was when the doctors told me that I more than likely there was a great possibility I wasn't gonna make it through the night. They said due to the head injuries and the way that my ribs were fractured in the front and on the sides, that if I moved too much, my ribs were going to puncture my heart and lungs, and I was going to die. If I fell asleep, it was a 50-50 chance I was going to die in my sleep. So they transferred me. They gave me multiple CAT scans, so many medicines I could not count. Blood thinners, oxygen. They had to, what's the heart monitors. Um, I almost coded one time because I couldn't breathe. I was struggling trying to grab my phone and tell somebody I was okay. I couldn't breathe, and the thing started beeping like I was dying. So of course that terrified me. So they rushed me to New Orleans to UMC, the trauma unit in New Orleans, the trauma unit. They sent me there. They immediately rushed me in. It was the worst ambulance ride of my life. They they the doctor had just told me that if I moved, I was gonna die, and the bumps on those roads in New Orleans, I just knew I wasn't gonna make it to the hospital. I just knew it. Just knew it. But I made it. I thank God for that. I made it to the hospital. Once I got there, it was like a scene from Grey's Anatomy. Everybody was like, throw on the table, give me 10 cc's of this. And I could not do anything. I was so heavily sedated. I couldn't do anything but try to force myself to stay awake because I felt like if I closed my eyes, I was gonna die. I got on the table. I still crack jokes because that's what I do. Um, I got on the table. I just heard all the jargon. Everybody's yelling, "Help! Help her! Help her! Do this! Hurry up! Hurry up!" They had to cut my clothes off of me. I had a nice, nice wig. They had to take my wig off of me. They and when I was laying on the table, the most significant thing, what I got out of this, why I'm so grateful, is that during all of that, everything that I had put before God, shortly before this happened, I had failed God miserably. And I had put so many things before him, my own desires, my own needs, my flesh, the things of this world. I had put so many things before God and I had him on the back burner. And when I was on that table, the only thing that mattered was if God was going to spare my life, if God was going to come in, if he was going to listen to me when I called him saying that I needed help now. I spent my last little money on buying this nice clothes. I had a nice swimsuit on and a, dress over it, had my wig all nice. And all that's cool, but they had to cut it off me. I couldn't wear it anymore. They also said that the bathing suit could have saved my life because it helped from the airbag burning me. I was burnt from my chin down. All this was burnt, open, raw. And the neck brace was irritating, so that was some more pain on top of pain. Um, but everything that I had put before God, he just made me see how just not worthy it was to be in comparison with him. Um, and I was just so grateful that the next morning he allowed me to wake up because I fought to sleep as hard as I could, but all of the sedation, all of the medicine, they had 2 IVs in me. I had oxygen, everything under all that medication. I didn't have a choice but to fall asleep. But when I went to sleep, I woke up, and that was the life changing event for me. When I woke up and I saw that I was alive and I, could see the hospital room, I could see the sun in the window. I just knew that God was there. I knew that God heard me, that he loved me still, that he had mercy on me and he had grace, that he could have killed me when I was in my sin. He could have killed me when I put everything before him, but he had mercy in spite of it all. So even now to this day, I have issues, I have problems, but God, when I think about that and I think about his mercy and his grace and how he loved me in that situation where he could have easily took me out, I didn't have no time to repent because I was asleep when I crashed. I didn't have time to get myself together with God, but he had mercy on me enough to let me live and to open my eyes to see that he's the most important thing. you know um Friends and relationships, or different things like that, a lot of the people who I was friends with, they weren't there with me at the hospital, but he was. you know my job, they weren't there at the hospital with me, but he was. So it made me really see, it made me grateful that, number one, that he saw me beyond whatever I had done, and he loved me enough to not allow me to completely be consumed, completely be destroyed by my own decisions and my own things that I had done against him. So I'm just grateful, grateful, grateful that I'm alive, that I'm here, that I did not die in that car accident, and that every day he's blessed me to wake up. So that's my testimony.
One of them.
One of them. I have very many, very many, too many,
Very, very many.
very many, and they all are intense. Whew.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for allowing me to share that. It's
I
very,
hope that it blessed someone. I'm sure that it did.
yes.
I'm still sitting over here in the cut. Um, I'm just gonna add real quick that I'm also grateful to still be here because there's some events that has happened in my life. Some of them are self-inflicted, some are not, but in spite of it all, I'm still here and I am still showing up to share um, on a daily basis whatever may be going on in Sunshine's life and hoping that it blesses someone. And currently, I'm trying to work on my liver. And I've gotten to where now somebody may think this is crazy, but I talked to the little girl inside of me. So for so long, I feel like I didn't protect her. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, you know what? You don't have to worry about it. I got you. I got you now. And I can see, and if anybody hears this and knows where my little girl picture is, I have on a red dress with my hair up in a ponytail, almost like this, but it's higher up on top of my head. I might wear it like that tomorrow. But just my big brown eyes, just innocent as I want to be. And I just reflect back on that picture, and my goal is to protect that little girl. And so, we just make poor choices sometimes. And, the old folks used to say, you make your bed, you're going to lay in it, and they didn't tell us how long we had to lay in that bed. And some of these decisions, you still are like, man, this is still here affecting me today. Good, bad, or indifferent, decisions will linger. Some you get over it, and some you still looking back saying, Lord, what in the world was I thinking at that moment in time? So I am very, very thankful to be here. And like I said, I am trying to talk to my body, talk to my finances, talk to my situations. And I'm currently having a conversation with my liver because I don't know if you all know, but I had been diagnosed with fatty liver disease. And so I'm trying to be kind to my liver because my liver healed itself to the point where I did not have to have a liver transplant. So today, I tried to eat better for the most part. All day, I can't say that I did, but for the most part, I'm thinking, you're hanging in here with me. I need to be kind to you. And so I hope that we all can kind of take that approach in our life that our bodies are trying to be good to us, but they can only be as good to us as we are to our bodies. So take that for what it's worth. You may not have an issue with your organs and your body, but you have an issue with something. And so, whatever it is, you start speaking to it and commanding that it's line up the way that you want it to be. Just speak it. Speak things exactly the way that you want them to be. And you'll receive it. We're going to receive it. We got this.
Yes.
Did y'all see my TikTok? Everything attached to you win. Everything attached to you wins. So hopefully I'm attached to you. If you win, I win. And vice versa. Oh, Lordy. I think that's it. Oh, I need to pull a number. Y'all, this 100 envelope challenge, where my people at that's supposed to be pulling with me? See, I still got this box of numbers. Look at that sitting up there just waiting on me to pull 82. The devil is a lie. Not the 82. Let's see what we're going to pull.
Before you do that, I also wanted to say that during my healing process, I'm thankful for my ribs and for my body healing itself, like Sister Selena was saying about her liver. it was supposed to take me a lot longer than it did to recuperate, to recover. I couldn't walk for for around 3 weeks or so. Not 100.
I didn't pull it. It just happened to
Not
jump on
100.
top. I'm not finna pull that. Not today. I'm already struggling with the ones I got, but I'm determined.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. But yeah, I couldn't walk for a long time. I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up. I would get stuck on a couch. I had to sleep sitting straight up because if I would lay down, I live alone. I was alone, so I wouldn't be able to get back up to use the restroom, to just get up in general. So it was very trying to not be able to walk, to not be able to breathe or to laugh, which was the most painful thing, which is what I love to do the most, is to laugh and eat. I couldn't do either of those. I couldn't walk to the kitchen and I couldn't laugh. It was the worst pain I'd probably have ever felt. So I just am so thankful that, with prayers from everybody, with the help and support of my first lady, Lagatha, and my other first lady, Diane, they came, they helped, they made sure I ate. They made sure I didn't choke while eating. They helped me get up to the restroom. They bought me supplies, groceries, and I'm just so thankful. And my gratitude, I give some gratitude for them too, for helping me through that car accident, for picking up my medications and taking me to the grocery store when I needed to eat. They really were, they really just extended their hands to me and helped me so much, and I'm so grateful for them um in this too. So yeah, that's it. That's over. Sorry about that. I just had to tell
No, that's good. It just makes me think that when we go through things like that, it is a humbling experience.
Mhm.
I know mine was very humbling, and
Oh
I
yes,
was like,
Lord, it was humbling.
Lord have mercy. I know, but
Woo.
I'm thankful for everyone that showed up and helped me, because I would not have made it had it not been for
Oh
people coming
yes.
over, bringing food, coming to the hospital, praying. I remember they told me, because of course I didn't know, but they told me how many people, like the waiting room was full
Wow.
of people praying for me. So, that stuff, everyone doesn't have that. And I want to, especially, I've said this before, I thank everybody that showed up, but especially Mama. Mama showed up for me.
Yeah.
And some days I was like, oh Lord, there she is, and because she's pulling back the curtains, and I'm like, my God. But if she was late coming, I'm looking for where Mama at, because there's just nobody like Mama. And when you're in a hospital situation, you need somebody there to speak up on your behalf, because you can ring that bell and press that button, and they are going to take their time.
Oh yes,
and
they
even
did.
when they show up, they
Oh.
don't necessarily show up with a good attitude, and we know that they're overworked, so we're not bashing. Don't take it as we bash.
They got some really good ones too.
The medical field, but it's just some are there to really provide the health care, and some are there to receive a paycheck. And you can tell the difference. So I was so thankful for the ones that really showed me love and let Vanessa come in and stay extra, because Nessa would play music for me and read scriptures to me. And, I just will never forget that. I know sometimes people think that you ungrateful. I don't never hear from her. She's just ungrateful. But it's not like that at all. So I just want to take a minute to say that I really do appreciate everybody. I appreciate David. I appreciate Shonda. That's them the peoples I grew up in the house with. But it was many people that even if it was just one time that they came and brought a meal, it's not something that they had to do. And I'm just very thankful for it. So, that's a whole testimony for another day. And tonight is not my night. Tonight is Jazz night to tell her testimony. I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna let you pull it.
Yeah, you pull it this time.
No, I pull it.
Oh, you want me to pull it?
Yeah, you pull it, because you'll pull a low number. I
Oh
done
yeah,
shuffled them up. Oh wait, let me hold them. Okay.
Oh, girl, I hope it's low.
I hope it's low.
I got feelings,
but you know, I can't have them all high at the last minute.
Dang it! Can I cheat? No.
Girl, you on live? No.
Oh no, I can't cheat. I'm gonna do it like. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just grab it. Oh, it's not cheap.
Oh, it's all right.
But it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's in the middle. That's probably what.
Yeah.
That's about what I thought.
I'll take in the middle.
I was hoping it was gonna be 14, but nah, 41.
Well, we could just kind of flip the numbers.
It looks like 1H. But
yeah,
it's like some Japanese.
Well, y'all, we got to be back at well, I don't know if Jazz is gonna be back at 5, but I plan to try to get myself up and be live at 5. And so this one, what was yesterday's date? 21st. So this is the 21st. Yeah. 9/21. So we'll pull the other one in the morning.
Bet.
Who's out there with us? Say hello. Hey. Oh, Lord help us. How many days we have to 100? December the 11th, I think Nessa said.
Oh, December 11th. Oh.
I got a text Nessa, it was 41.
Yeah.
Well, we about to sign off, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to Jazz testimony. We hope that it blessed you. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. But definitely share the video so that we can share that testimony. Because they say that driving sleepy is worse than being a drunk driver.
Oh, yeah, because I was, yeah.
Yeah.
At least you can, try to correct yourself when you veer off, even though you're wobbly. But when you sleep, you can't do nothing.
Sleep.
You just sleep.
You just sleep. Because I was like, I don't even know how I made it home the other night. I pulled up, couldn't even get out the car. I was just like dead. I had been up way too many hours. And same thing is probably right now. So we're about to close our eyes and get us a little nap in.
A little nappy nap.
A little nappy nap. So it's time to do it all over again on Wednesday.
Yes.
All right, Jazz, hit the end button. Y'all keep it smiling, sunshine. Have a great night. Call someone, tell them you love them.